How do I sell and buy and make it all work?
Let's tell you about moving from LA to Orange County and what we did to help Elvira.
Elvira is absolutely the best. She owned a house in Lawndale, California, and she had been in the house for, oh my.
Over 30 years.
Oh, at least. I was gonna say maybe even 40 or 50 years. Amazing home, single story. Elvira has one son who's now married, and he lived in Torrance. And Al, his name's Al moved from Torrance down to South Orange County to Mission Viejo about a year before Elvira did. And it was time for his mom to come down.
Yep, she wanted to be closer to her son, and so we met with her and helped her do that. How did that work?
It was a big story on this one. So since she'd been in the home for such a long time, there was quite a bit of work that could be done on her home and get her a huge return on investment. Because really what you're looking at if you're gonna do work on a home in regards to painting, we did a new kitchen in her house, got some new backsplash, flooring, a handful of different things that were done that had great return on investment. But how do you do that when you're 70 years old, living alone, been in the house a really long time with lots and lots of stuff like bulging out of closets, and you're gonna have a crew come in and be under plastic? That's tough.
So plus her son has a job, so he wasn't able to help mom out. So that's where we stepped in and helped with the management of the project through our Pinnacle program.
Sure, and there's lots of different ways to do things, and every single seller needs to decide what's right for them. In this case, it was perfect for Elvira to really pretty much empty out the house and move down south to Mission Viejo. She moved in temporarily with her son and daughter-in-law while the home was under light construction to get a good return on investment. So that went on for 6 or 8 weeks, the construction on the house. During that time, Elvira, she knew what she wanted in South Orange County, but she did not know this county. And so her car actually was up in Lawndale, not here, because she didn't even know where to go, where to drive or do whatever. So when her son and daughter-in-law would go off to work, Elvira and I would jump in the car and we would drive neighborhoods, knowing kind of the parameters of the price point, single story, just some different key things that she wanted, and really familiarize her with the county. She didn't know Orange County, and she didn't, she just knew her son lived there, and she wanted to be within a certain area near him.
And because the son and daughter-in-law were new to the area, they didn't know all the ins and outs like we do. So you were able to show them neighborhoods that they had never even heard of that would have been perfect. And start doing that research phase while the house was being rehabbed.
Right, because to say, she's in her 70s or so, to say I just want a single story house, you could get a single story, lots of them. Or you could go to a 55 plus community, which in the beginning they thought absolutely not, no way. Well, in due time, Elvira and I became very friendly with each other, and she's like super, super fun and super friendly, and she's relocating to a whole new county after many, many years. And I learned that she really wants to be like a garage door up type of person. She wants to, go out on her street and know her neighbors and meet them and have somebody to do whatever, go play cards with, or go to the swimming pool or whatever have you. So that was really fun because Elvira and I got to know each other through that. At the end of the day, what happened? So let's talk Lawndale first.
So got the house fixed up, went through our marketing program for that, launched it through our mega open house, generated offers, negotiated the best offer for her. And now we're in escrow, closing escrow. At that point, that's when then she paid for the remodel. Didn't have any commitment to pay that prior to closing escrow.
Through our program, you could pay through escrow.
And she needed that. So that worked out great for her. Got her a record price by making the right improvements to her home.
Which is super exciting because in changing counties or some people changing states, what you can get in one county is a lot different than what you can get in another county. So it was really exciting that she got that high price there, negotiated. And now we knew what we could spend on her new home.
One other benefit for California sellers, her tax rate, because it was low, she was able to transfer that down to the new home and keep her property taxes where they were before.
That is awesome. So back to Elvira and Vickie running around, looking at neighborhoods and such. When we would find something, I could just tell when Elvira would light up and she would love it. So we would wrap back around with her son and daughter-in-law and go out at night or on the weekend and kind of revisit that home or revisit that neighborhood. Or we had a really nice communication going on where we would say, hey, Elvira and I saw this, this, and this. They would look it up online because you could see it, and sometimes their son would be like, no, it's too far, or it's too this, or it's too that, or yeah, that hits the point, and we would wrap back and do a second showing. So now that Lawndale is sold, you know, we're in a little bit more of a critical time. She's enjoying her time living with her son, but her son is married, and we all know how that goes. It's like, okay, Mom, I love you. It's time for you to bounce out.
Time to launch.
Right, time to launch. And launch Elvira did. We found her an amazing single-story home in Costa del Sol, which is absolutely perfect for her. I think Jim mentioned her son and daughter-in-law are in Mission Viejo, and literally, like, I think you come out of their house, make a left, make a right, and then like a left, and you're in Costa del Sol. So, I mean, as far as location goes, all of that hunting really did pay off, and Elvira was learning the way. We kept driving it back and forth, brought her car down here. So since we found the house in Costa del Sol behind gates for Elvira, which was absolutely perfect.
And we'd closed on Lawndale. She's now a non-contingent buyer. That allowed us to negotiate a little bit better deal for her and to beat out other buyers.
And Elvira was actually all cash. So she was in a very prime position to be able to negotiate and get what she wanted.
And then it was funny on the inspection day.
So on inspection day, Elvira and I've already vetted the neighborhood. We've got the offer in, we're accepted, and we go. And yes, thank you. It was so much fun. Lots of the neighbors were out. We met at least 2 or 3 of them. It was really perfect because during an inspection on a house the size that she got, we were there for about 2 or 3 hours. And it's really a good time, no matter how large the house is, for the buyer to be able to spend time in the home that they're buying. We always bring along a tape measure. It's just a time that you can feel the house. Like, I'm gonna put my furniture here, I'm gonna put my couch there. This is the way my bed's gonna face. Oh gosh, I really like those blinds. I'm gonna put some curtains. That kind of stuff really goes on during the inspection because the inspector is inspecting the things that he needs. We get to do the fun stuff on our end, including meeting the neighbors, which was awesome. So the next door neighbor, right next door to her, Elvira speaks Spanish. That's her primary language. And her next door neighbor comes out, and lo and behold,
habla español.
Yes! So they're speaking Spanish, and we're behind gates in Costa del Sol, 55 plus. Totally a beautiful area and just perfect for Elvira. And her son and daughter-in-law are like skipping a dance and super happy, and we could not be more happy with this for her and for her son and daughter-in-law, who were extremely involved in this whole process.